Super Typhoon Matmo, one of the strongest storms of the 2025 Pacific typhoon season, made landfall in southern China on the evening of October 4th. The storm brought winds of up to 250 kilometers per hour, with even stronger gusts. Before striking China, Matmo had already caused severe damage in Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, and northern provinces of the Philippines, leading to widespread flooding, casualties, property destruction, and the displacement of millions of people. When Matmo made landfall in Leju, part of Yangjiang City in Guangdong province, local authorities launched one of the largest evacuation campaigns in history. The Chinese Emergency Management Agency reported that nearly 1.9 million residents in Guangdong province were evacuated from high-risk areas before the typhoon's arrival. In Shenzhen, a city with more than 17 million people, around 400,000 residents were relocated from coastal areas and older buildings vulnerable to strong winds and flooding. Authorities suspended public transportation services, including ferries, flights, and trains, causing widespread disruption to daily life. According to the National Marine Environmental Forecasting Center, waves between 4 and 7 meters slammed into the Leju coast, while some waves in the South China Sea reached as high as 13 meters. Authorities issued a red alert for storm surges, warning that sea levels could rise by up to 2.8 meters, posing a serious risk of flooding. In Zhuhai, near Macau, seawater flooded coastal roads, forcing officials to cut electricity in some areas to prevent electrical hazards. In Shenzhen, although advanced infrastructure helped reduce some of the damage compared to other regions, strong winds shattered windows in high-rise buildings and scattered debris across the streets. Residents living in tall buildings were advised to move to lower floors or relocate to safer structures. More than 38,000 rescue personnel, including firefighters, medical staff, and search and rescue teams, were deployed across the affected areas to assist the population. Heavy rainfall from Matmo also triggered flash floods and landslides. Water and power supplies were disrupted in many areas, especially in rural regions. Power companies mobilized thousands of technicians to restore electricity to critical facilities such as hospitals, fire stations, and relief centers. Forecasts indicated that although Matmo weakened after making landfall, its heavy rains and flooding would continue to threaten southern China in the days ahead. By October 5th, authorities had established evacuation centers, providing food, drinking water, and medical support to hundreds of thousands of residents. While official damage assessments had not yet been released, timely evacuation efforts significantly reduced casualties compared to similar past storms. However, recovery, including rebuilding homes, restoring transportation, and reviving economic activities, was expected to take weeks or even months. Matmo underscored the unpredictable and destructive power of extreme weather events and served as a warning of the urgent need to strengthen community resilience in the face of increasingly severe natural disasters. Experts emphasized that critical infrastructure such as roads, bridges, and power systems remain highly vulnerable to such events. Disaster preparedness in remote towns also needs to be significantly enhanced to ensure timely evacuation and effective delivery of relief supplies. This requires a long-term strategy and greater investment in resilient infrastructure capable of withstanding extreme weather conditions. Thank you for following the Extreme Weather Program, where we analyze the world's most severe natural phenomena. If you found this report helpful, please like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Turning on the notification bell will ensure you never miss clear, calm, and accurate weather updates. Some images shown in this video are for illustrative purposes only and may not fully reflect the actual events described. Stay tuned and stay safe. Hello everyone, it's another dinner time. China, a country shaped and defined by its mighty rivers and towering mountains. Every rainy season, this nation faces a harsh and recurring challenge: how to manage the immense volumes of water flowing into its reservoirs without causing disaster for the communities downstream. With a complex network of over 98,000 dams, including colossal structures like the Three Gorges Dam, Siluodu, Patan, and Shangjiaba, China possesses one of the most extensive hydraulic systems on Earth. These dams play a crucial role in flood control, power generation, and water storage. Yet when relentless rains batter the upstream basins, that balance becomes incredibly fragile. At the peak of the flood season, pressure builds as rivers like the Yangtze, Yellow, and Pearl swell to near-record levels. Engineers monitor the situation closely, facing a life-or-death decision: release the floodgates to relieve pressure or risk an overflow, potentially causing dam failure. Opening the floodgates is essential for the structural safety of the dams, but it comes at the direct expense of downstream populations. When the gates open, the impact is immediate and overwhelming. Entire riverside communities are put on high alert, sirens wail, loudspeakers crackle with urgent announcements, and warning texts flood residents' phones. People scramble to gather what they can and flee. Some escape on foot, others by boat, all trying to save their families from the approaching surge. In some cases, evacuation time is just a matter of hours. The released water barrels downstream with ferocious speed, engulfing streets, farmland, and neighborhoods. Rice paddies vanish beneath muddy waves. Homes are swept away in minutes. Power lines collapse. Bridges crack. And livestock struggle in rising waters. This is not a natural flood. It is a controlled, engineered deluge meant to prevent greater destruction upstream. Authorities justify dam releases as strategic sacrifices to protect major cities like Wuhan, Chongqing, and Nanjing, economic and population hubs that would face catastrophic consequences if a major dam were to breach. But for villagers and farmers downstream, such reasoning offers little comfort. They bear the brunt of the destruction, often without the infrastructure or support to recover. In rural provinces like Hubei, Sichuan, Jiangxi, and Anhui, scenes of devastation repeat year after year. Fields are lost during crucial planting or harvest seasons. Entire towns are submerged. Local protests erupt, demanding better early warning systems and post-flood assistance. Behind these tragic scenes, however, China's flood control efforts are increasingly sophisticated. Dams are equipped with smart monitoring systems that collect real-time data from weather satellites, river gauges, and pressure sensors. AI models forecast rainfall and simulate different release scenarios. Yet even with advanced technology, nature often outpaces prediction. Climate change has intensified storm systems, making once rare heavy rainfall events more frequent and harder to manage. To cope, China is diversifying its flood management strategies. The sponge city concept, designing urban landscapes to absorb water like a natural sponge, is gaining momentum. Wetland restoration and upstream forest protection are also promoted to slow runoff, but these initiatives take time, and the country remains heavily reliant on its dam infrastructure. For families living in flood-prone zones, dam release season brings fear and constant vigilance. Emergency bags are always ready, boats secured, and sleep is light as everyone listens for warning sirens. Some have rebuilt homes multiple times, while others have left permanently, unable to endure another cycle of loss. On social media, videos circulate showing rooftops barely visible above floodwaters, rescue teams wading through waist-deep water, and children carried through streets turned into rivers. And yet, resilience persists. Communities rebuild, farmers replant, and children return to school once the water recedes. But each rainy season raises the stakes. More rain, more pressure, more people at risk. China's vast dam system stands as both a testament to human ingenuity and a reminder of nature's unforgiving force. Every release is a choice between disaster and survival. But for those living downstream, it is not just water that comes rushing through. It is uncertainty, destruction, and the need to start over. As the climate shifts and rains grow fiercer, one question remains. How long can this delicate balance hold? Stay alert. Stay informed.
雷沙的泡澡车也有喽，滚动了，滚动了，椰树全部噎了。
Nature doesn't send us warnings, but we can. Floods, earthquakes, wildfires, and storms are striking harder and faster than ever before. By subscribing, you are not just watching, you are joining a movement to stay alert, stay informed, and helps others to do the same. Hit the subscribe now because the next disaster won't wait, and neither should you. Be ready and be aware.